What was Martin Luther King Jr.'s view on de facto segregation? Have you ever wondered how Martin Luther King Jr. viewed the segregation that existed even after laws changed? Let's take a closer look at his thoughts on de facto segregation. Martin Luther King Jr. recognized that while legal segregation was being declared unconstitutional, a different kind of segregation still existed. This was de facto segregation, which means it was not enforced by law but was still very real in everyday life. He understood that the Supreme Court's decision in the case of Brown versus Board of Education in 1954 ended legal segregation in schools. However, King pointed out that segregation was still factually alive in many aspects of American life. This included areas like housing, education, and employment. King viewed de facto segregation as a new and harmful form of racial injustice. He believed it was not just a natural occurrence but a result of deliberate social, economic, and political forces that kept people apart. He often described it as a new form of slavery, hidden behind more subtle practices rather than explicit laws. He urged Northern liberals and society as a whole to face these harsh realities. King highlighted how segregation in housing led to segregated schools and limited opportunities for many Black Americans. He spoke about the role of unfair policies, unequal law enforcement, police violence, and economic exclusion in creating racial ghettos and social inequality. For King, true integration was about more than just changing laws. It required personal and social integration, meaning people needed to actively include one another in their daily lives. He envisioned a society where Black Americans could enjoy full dignity and equal opportunities. King's vision extended beyond just ending legal barriers. He called for the removal of all forms of segregation, both legal and social. He wanted a society where everyone could live together in brotherhood. He linked this struggle to broader issues of economic justice and human rights, emphasizing that addressing poverty, job discrimination, and unequal access to housing and education were key to overcoming de facto segregation. In his view, de facto segregation was an ongoing challenge to racial justice. He believed that active efforts were necessary to break down social, economic, and institutional barriers. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us that the fight against both visible and hidden forms of racial division continues to be important in the quest for equality in the United States.